Hey there, it's Jo, Gastric Sleeve for me. Wanted to post my 4-week update. It'll be 4 weeks tomorrow. I'm 1 month already. In some ways it's gone by really fast, and in other ways I want the time to go by a lot faster, which I think I said in my last post. But just kind of the update. So stats, my surgery weight 4 weeks ago was 250.4. Last week I weighed in at 228.7, and this week I am 226.1. So that's 24.3 pounds down total in my first month, and 2.6 pounds since last week. 5'7", if that's helpful. So clearly the weight loss is like way slowed down. I noticed that even last week in my post. I think like where I went from week 2 to week 3, I think was only a few pounds as well, which I think is normal. I was worried I was going to hit kind of a stall completely, but I still showed a weight loss this week. So, you know, in my mind, like I had done all kinds of research on, anecdotal reading and watching videos of people that were like my height, similar start weight. And I really noticed like a lot of them, there was kind of a trend of like 20 to 25 pounds the first month. And then sort of around like 10 pounds each month thereafter, up until the 6 to 12 month mark where things would kind of slow down and get harder. So, you know, I went into this really thinking like 20 to 25 the first month would be great. You know, I'm at 24.3, so right on track. And then the weight loss of, 2.5 pounds this past week, for me, if that continues at that pace for a bit, I'd be quite happy. So, I don't know. It's interesting. I've seen other people post on boards that have had similar numbers, and they're sort of freaking out about, it seems like not as much as other people. I just think it's easy to recognize like the outliers. I mean, of course you're going to remember like that guy who lost 60 pounds in his first 6 weeks, or that woman, that only, the woman that lost, 80 pounds in her first 6 months and was at goal. It's easy to remember those, but like I remember before surgery going through all the, like any numbers I could get my hands on and just really seeing that trend that I mentioned. So anyway, maybe I'm using that to make myself feel better, but I'll take it. So that's what's going on with my stats. Let me talk a little bit about what I'm eating and then what I'm thinking and feeling. So I have become quite the little chef, which is totally not really my thing. So I'm embracing it for now. I have an entire freezer full of leftovers, which will take me forever to eat. I just keep cooking more. So at some point I'm going to have to either stop or throw some of this stuff out. But I'm actually going camping this weekend. So I'm hoping to take like some of those leftovers and eat them, and maybe have some of the other people that are coming eat them as well. But so what I have been cooking, and all of the recipes that I've been using, whether they were mine or someone else's, I've linked to them. They're all on my blog at gastricsleeveforme.blogspot.com. It's gastric sleeve, the number 4 me. So if you're interested, it's all there. I've also been posting the nutritional information, which I got from plugging in all the ingredients in MyFitnessPal. So you can see that, what I used. So, okay, so some of the things I've made in like the last week and a half. Frozen protein drops, which was freezing Greek yogurt mixed with protein powder. Baked ricotta, which turned out really good. Like, I do not make things that require more than a few ingredients. So if I can do it, you can do it. So that was good. It's ricotta, marinara, and mozzarella cheese. And then I reheated one with like some turkey pepperoni, like low-fat turkey pepperoni, which was good. I was like craving pizza. So buffalo chicken bites, which was like one of my favorite things I've made so far. I just was craving like buffalo sauce anything. And so I made it into like these bites, which are crustless quiches, if you've read any of the blogs from The World According to Eggface.com. Cauliflower pie, which was kind of like mashed, vibrated the desk there. Mashed up cauliflower, like a homemade cheese sauce, and a little bit of like breadcrumbs on top. On the blog, though, I posted what I would do if I was going to make it again, because I actually thought it was heavier, kind of rich, more rich than I really needed, so I will do it differently the next go-around. You can read about that. And then tonight, actually, I made refried bean cupcakes, which was a wonton wrapper, refried beans, cheese, a little bit of hot sauce, some chipotle, spices, avocado, and Greek yogurt. So all those are on there with pictures of how I made it, recipes, nutritional information if you're curious. So what I am thinking and feeling, it's been a good week. I had like a really stressful couple of days last week at work, and you know, my old real like drive home from work, want to pick something up head hunger really struck me. It's just such a reminder of like, for me, a trigger really is like a stressful day at work. And the way for me to kind of decompress is to come home and eat. And so really experienced that last week. One night I came home, I was so tired I just wanted to go to bed. But the next night really experienced that. And that seemed to carry over into like the next day. So you know, I didn't go after anything, but a big part of me feels like that's because I feel like I can't at this stage. So it does worry me a little bit, like what about when I can? But I can only take it one day and 1 week at a time. So I managed to do okay this week. So the other thing is, for me, most things are going down okay. I have not had any, like, anything even remotely, like, wanting to vomit. Today I had a moment, like, just where my stomach was sort of uncomfortable, like kind of a nauseated feeling, which I hadn't had before. That was after trying salmon sashimi with a little bit of avocado. But really, like, everything's going down okay. I mean, in small quantities, don't get me wrong. Like, I can't eat very much, and I'm frequently still putting, like, a quarter cup on the plate and getting frustrated that I can't finish it. So trying to put less on the plate to be less frustrated. But, you know, it's at some point I won't have as much restriction. And so, you know, the fact that like everything is going down okay, I do worry a little bit about temptation, but trying to stay in the moment and like just what's going on now. Nutritional stuff. So I'm getting in like 90 to 100 grams of protein a day. A lot of that is from the Isopure Zero Carb protein shakes I drink. So that's great protein wise. I'm generally like between 10 and 15 grams of fat and usually like under 15 carbs. But I'm struggling to get in more than about 550 calories, which I think may just be a product of where I am. I'm not really too worried about it. But like my nutritionist, when I met her 3 weeks ago, was like, you have to get that number, you know, between 600 and 800. I'm meeting with her tomorrow. It'll be interesting to hear what she says. But I'm struggling with like, what else would I add? I don't actually really want to get a lot more protein. I'm a little bit concerned about kidney stones, which I don't actually know is really related, but I seem to have a fear about it. And that just, like, at some point, I think your body can only process so much protein. I'm not exercising a ton other than walking. So anyway, I'm just trying to figure out, like, how do I add calories without fat or protein, which just leaves, like, carbs, but I don't want to carb up either. So anyway, that's going on there. Constipated, like, so I went from like everything running through me to like not being able to go to the bathroom at all for the last few days. So I started taking today Triphala, which probably many of you don't know what it is, but I used to take it actually. I used to visit a woman who practiced Ayurveda, which is like Eastern medicine. They believe in a lot of herbs and things to treat different symptoms. And so Triphala is one for like constipation, but just regularity. And I used to take it every day, and man, it really did make me regular. So I'm going to try that before I go to like some of the other ones that people use. Miralax is one that I've heard of a lot. So that's going on. And then that's sort of thinking and feeling. Last thing is just sort of like my favorite things at the moment, which I did do a blog post on if you're curious, like what all is on there. But the things like I'm loving and I'm finding that I'm using all the time are my mini loaf pan and my mini muffin pan. You'll see how I've been using those on the blog. Greek yogurt I am using for everything. I'd never had it before. Tastes like sour cream, so I'm using it like that. I mixed it with a little ranch seasoning for my buffalo chicken bites. I mixed it with the protein powder and froze it for, you know, frozen protein things to suck on. And then also the Tirani, I don't know how you say it, but Tirani sugar-free syrups. Bought a sample pack, so you'll see that on the blog too. Starting to use that in different things, and I can see why people like it. It's just like a way to enhance flavor without sugar and calories. So Anyway, that's the scoop, the 4-week update. Check out the blog if you haven't. There's definitely more info on there, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.